Now we're going to learn about antidifferentiation by substitution. This will be created by a composite function like f of g of x, which, of course, there's going to be a chain rule involved anytime you have derivatives of composition of functions. So what you're going to have in your integrand is going to be some composition f of g of x times f times g prime of x and then times dx. So let's take a look at, that probably doesn't mean much to you right now, but let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. Our first example is dy dt equals 3t squared to cosine of t cubed. So when we want to try to figure out what y is, that'll be the integral of 3t squared cosine of t cubed dt. So how do we do this integral? Well, first of all, we are asked to find what's the base function and then what's the derivative. Well, the base function is going to be the cosine of u. So in other words, u is going to be t cubed. And then du is going to be 3t squared dt. So this is just like, if you recall, when we did differentials, it's just like differentials. The change in u is going to equal 3t squared times whatever the change in t is. So if you remember differentials, that's what we did. So now, if this is u equal to t cubed, I end up with the cosine. I have 3t squared times the cosine of u times dt. But dt is equal to du divided by 3t squared. So now I have the integral of 3t squared cosine of u, but I'm going to replace dt with du divided by 3t squared. And of course, these are going to cancel. I'm left with the integral of the cosine of u du, which we all know is the sine of u plus c. But since u equals t cubed, I'm going to replace this u right here with t cubed. And so this will equal the sine of t cubed plus c. And that is my answer. Now, I did that a very, very formal way. A very formal way. And you don't have to do it that way, but it's going to be helpful to a lot of you who have a hard time understanding this. You can just be very methodical and crank through here and just make substitutions, and it will always work out perfectly for you. Some of you are going to or be able to do this a little bit faster. And before I show you that, maybe a little quicker way of getting it done, let me just first of all double check and make sure this is correct. So if this is indeed the antiderivative of this differential equation, then that means if I take the derivative of it, I should end up with what I started with, 3t squared cosine of t cubed. So let's take the derivative of sine of t cubed plus c. That derivative would equal the cosine of t cubed times the chain rule, 3t squared, and then plus c. And as you can see, it worked. So I'm going to erase that now. I just wanted to show you that worked. And so now, how can I have done this a little bit differently? You still have to recognize that u is t cubed and du is 3t squared dt. But if you recognize it and you say, okay, well, here's my u and my du is 3t squared dt, I can just see it. Okay, I've got the cosine of u and du is right there. And so I can just immediately write my answer down that this, hey, the antiderivative of the cosine of u is the sine of u. And since I have the cosine of u and du right there, So it is the integral of cosine of u du, just like I had written right here. I can see that it's right there and just say, hey, the answer is the sine of u, which is t cubed, plus c. So I could have just gone directly to the answer. And when you get good at this, you'll be able to do that. All right, let's take a look at example 8. Here we have dy dt equals the cosine of t times e to the sine of t. So y would be the antiderivative of that, which is the integral of e to the sine of t times cosine of t dt. So I immediately see that I've got e to a function, so that's a composition of functions. And so my u is the sine of t. It's e to the u. And then the du, of course, is going to be the derivative of that is the cosine of t, and then times dt. Again, just like a differential. So what I have here then is the integral of e to the u du. And once again, just like I showed you before, I have e to the u, there's my u, and here's my du, cosine of t dt. Right there, you can see it. All right, so u is sine of t, du is cosine of t dt. I have e to the u du, and of course we know that the integral of that is just going to be e to the u plus c, which means that's going to be e to the sine of t plus c, and that's my answer. So the next problem, we have du dx equals secant squared of 5 of x to the 5th times 5x to the 4th. So that means that u is going to equal the integral of the secant, and I'm going to rewrite this as the secant of x to the 5th quantity squared times 5x to the 4th dx. So you've got to determine, okay, well, what's my base function? Well, I think the easiest thing for you to see here is, okay, look, I've got an x to the 5th right here, and I've got a 5x to the 4th dx right here. Well, that's pretty easy to see that 5x to the 4th is the derivative of x to the 5th. So that means that we have basically then u equals x to the 5th and du equals 5x to the 4th dx. So what I have is the integral of the secant of u quantity squared du. Or I guess I didn't really need to write it the other way. This is the integral of secant squared u du. And we know that the derivative of tangent is secant squared, so the antiderivative of secant squared is going to be the tangent of u plus c. And since u is x to the 5th, it's going to be the tangent of x to the 5th plus c. And that's my answer. That's what u equals. So the next problem, dy du is 4 sine of u cubed, sine of u quantity cubed times the cosine of u. So that means that y is going to be the integral of 4 sine of u quantity cubed cosine of u du. Since we have u's in there, instead of letting u equal something, I'm just going to say you should recognize this to be the integral of 4x cubed dx. Because what we really have here is like x is equal to the sine of u, and then dx is going to be the cosine of u du. So you have that right here. Here is your x, and right there's your dx. So all it is a simple little polynomial. And the antiderivative is pretty simple. You know it's just going to be x to the 4th, so for this problem, this is just going to be the sine of u to the 4th plus c. And so that's number 10. And again, I didn't really, go ahead and say that was x to the 4th and then substitute it in. You just need to be able to look at this and say, hey, look, I've got, something for, like again, like 4x cubed dx. My x is the sine of u, and my dx is the cosine of u du. So I don't like this problem because of the fact that they have u's in there, and it's kind of confusing because normally we let u equal something in terms of x, and this one's kind of backwards, but you just got to sometimes have to deal with that with the letters and not get too hung up on it.